Hi peeps, Terse back on the old squat box once again, and there's a political kerfuffle going on in British politics at the moment. You know, some liberal Democrat has been accused of sexual harassment, and as usual, like, no, there's no grounds for a criminal case against him, you know, but we all know what's went on. Some old boy has made some sexual advances towards women who work under him within his organisation, and he's managed to get away with it because there's no real solid evidence. But when you have, I mean, it's not one woman, it's several women, well, we all know what's been going on. He's been trying to put himself about a bit, they've took offence to it, now they've brought it up with the actual party, they've even brought it up legally. And this guy, because there's no criminal case to answer to, and he's not raped MD or assaulted MD sexually, but he has been making sexual connotations and innuendo jokes in the workplace, and basically sexually harassing the women who work under him. And he needs to apologise. He needs to refrain from trying to, you know, seek an injunction to stop people talking about it. He should apologise profusely. He should ask that he can maybe take some sexual management, you know, courses or whatever you want to call it, you know, and learn how to get on with women in the workplace, and it will all be done and dusted in a few weeks, instead of this constant fucking crap with these men that do that shit, profusely declare that they have never done it. Then they're caught, you know, some people, you know, come around and prove that they have done it, then they have to turn back and say, well, it wasn't meant that way, they took it the wrong way, and it's not my fault that I'm just being jovial in the workplace and they take it wrong, and it's all that, you know, and it's like, you know, it comes down to context, isn't it? And some of these old boys just haven't learned that, you know, it's not right to go around expressing your value of the breast size of the women in your workplace. You know, it's just not right, man. So don't fucking do it. But these politicians, man, you know, and he's going to fight this all the fucking way. And the more he fights, the more that people are going to come forward, and the more it's going to be found out what he's been doing over the last 10 years as an MP, and the more it's going to come out that he is a lecturer, you know. And he would be as well and well advised to shut his fucking mouth, make a small apology and move fucking on. But actually, to be honest with you, I hope he doesn't. I hope he makes a big case out of this and more people investigate and more people come forward, and then we actually get some evidence on the fucker and he actually has to resign. I would love that, because this is my idea of politics. When you get into politics, you get into it for, you know, ulterior motives, not ulterior, for you know, for the motives of the right kind, you know, to help people. But after you've been in politics, like, you know, a term or two, you know, 8 years in, suddenly you start to look at it as a job that you're entitled to, you're good at it, you do it better than anybody else, you're more entitled than anybody else to be here, and then you start to wield your power that you actually have learned how to use over 8 years, you know, to actually, you know, push other people aside and make sure they can't challenge you. And then you get this idea of, you know, well, I'm highfalutin and people should love me for what I am, even if you're big and fat and ugly. And, you know, and then you start to fucking, you know, weigh on the fucking charm with your female workers, thinking, you know, I can get a bit in the side now and then he's going to know, all I've got to do is give them a few hours of fucking overtime, pat them up and, you know, tell them how lovely their tits are and ask them to wear their pants at work, and you know, and then I'm in there, you know, and it's like, yeah, well, that's the way you might think about it, you politicians. But after 8 years of being stuck in the same fucking boring fucking shit job, never doing anything to actually help the people you were actually elected to help, you sort of start to think about yourself rather than about the people. And it's time for you to get booted the fuck out. It's time for you to spend some time on the streets, unemployed, finding out what the fuck is going on in real life, and get some people in there who actually have suffered the last 8 years under you, who actually think, you know what, I wouldn't do what that bastard did, I'll do what I want to do because I think this is the best thing for the people. And then after 8 years, when they become enamoured and glorified and, you know, bedazzled by the power they have, you know what I mean? Yeah, kick their fucking asses out, you know what I mean? 2 terms, man, and then out you fucking go for fucking another 8 years. 8 years out, 8 years in. And you can't become a lobbyist when you're out, you know what I mean? And if you're going to be a politician for the rest of your life, you have to find another fucking line of work to do when you're not working as a politician, you know? I don't think it would be hard to sort politics out. Take the money out of it. Deny people the ability to be a politician every day of their life. Make sure that some politicians have to actually go back into the workforce and understand what it's like to earn a living wage, and therefore they might actually fight for a living wage when they're actually talking about, you know, raising the minimum fucking, you know, wage of a country, you know what I mean? Minimum national wage, and, you know, it's things like that. That just sorts a lot of shit out, man. It doesn't take much. It just takes a few little changes in the American Constitution, and a few changes in the political laws of Britain, and we could sort that shit out, you know what I mean? Anyway, slam you fucking bar, motherfucker.